Have you ever felt that quiet discomfort after revealing too much of yourself? As if you handed your heart to the world, only to feel the cold breeze of judgment brush against it. In these moments, we realize that not everything within us needs to be displayed like an open book. In today's world, people are always curious, wanting to know your next move, your deepest thoughts, your hidden dreams. But true strength often lies in what you keep within, not in what you share. Buddhism teaches us that when we allow the voices of others to guide our every decision, we drift away from our own center. Protecting your inner world is not about building walls out of fear, but about honoring your spirit with sacred privacy. Today, let's journey into ancient Buddhist wisdom to understand the art of guarding your mind and heart, why it is wise to keep your plans, your vulnerabilities, and your true self away from prying eyes. Because it is in those silent spaces where words cannot reach that your real power grows. So, are you ready to discover the quiet strength within you? Let's begin. Lesson 1. Guarding your weaknesses. The silent strength. Have you ever wondered why life gifts us with flaws, insecurities, and weaknesses that feel so heavy to carry? Buddhism whispers a truth often forgotten. These are not scars of defeat, but hidden seeds of wisdom waiting for the right season to bloom. Imagine your weaknesses as tender shoots sprouting in the quiet corners of your spirit. If you expose them too soon to harsh winds, they may wither before they take root. When you guard your vulnerabilities, you create a sacred inner garden where growth unfolds slowly and naturally, protected from judgment, comparison, and criticism. This does not mean ignoring your flaws or pretending they don't exist. It means nurturing them with silent compassion until they transform into unbreakable strengths. Just as a blacksmith tempers steel in private, your journey of healing and growth is not a performance for the world to watch. It is an intimate conversation between you and your spirit. Ask yourself, who deserves to witness your becoming? Who has earned the honor of seeing the parts of you still under construction? By keeping your weaknesses guarded, you turn them into silent allies, letting them teach your patience, humility, and resilience. One day, you will stand strong, shaped by these very shadows you once feared. For what you protect today becomes the silent foundation of your wisdom tomorrow. Lesson 2. Choosing who to trust. The art of mindful protection. Trust is like clear water gathered in your cupped hands, precious, life-giving, and easily spilled. Buddhism teaches that trust should not be given in haste, for not every smile hides kind intentions, and not every listening ear hears with compassion. Look at the lotus. It does not bloom in every pond it finds. It rises slowly through murky waters, growing patiently towards the sun. In the same way, allow trust to bloom gradually. Watch how a person carries their silence, how they speak about others in their absence, how they respond when you reveal small, harmless truths. Does their presence feel like gentle shade on a hot day, or like thorns hidden among roses? When you choose your circle with mindfulness, you protect yourself from betrayal that cuts deep, from disappointment that weighs down your spirit. Remember, revealing your soul is an offering. Not everyone is ready to hold such a gift without dropping it. Guard your trust like sacred prayer beads. Share it with those who prove themselves worthy, and keep it close when their hearts remain untested. Lesson 3. The power of privacy. Honoring your sacred temple. In this age, where people measure worth by how many secrets they reveal to the world, privacy has become a rare and powerful treasure. Buddhism reminds us, your personal life is your inner temple. Your dreams, sorrows, victories, and quiet relationships are sacred altars built from the deepest parts of your being. Imagine walking into a temple where every sacred relic is displayed for careless eyes to touch. Would it not lose its sanctity? Privacy works the same way. It is not secrecy born of fear or pride. It is the gentle protection of all that is too beautiful to be exposed to unkind, hurried glances. When you guard your privacy, you guard your power. You remain free from the swirling winds of public opinion and stand rooted in what truly matters to your spirit. You become the silent mountain that needs no validation, no echo of approval to confirm its greatness. Ask yourself, what parts of your life deserve to be held only in your heart's quiet chambers? Remember, you owe no one an explanation for protecting your peace. In this protection, you create a life lived in authenticity, rooted in stillness, dignity, and true freedom. 4. Emotional mastery. Guarding your inner peace. Emotions are part of what makes us beautifully human. The warmth of joy, the sting of sadness, the sharpness of anger, these feelings color our lives. But Buddhism teaches us that while emotions arise naturally, our power lies in how we respond to them. When we allow our emotions to spill out without reflection, we reveal the tender places that can be easily wounded. Imagine sharing your anger openly. Others instantly see what triggers you. Or expressing your deepest sadness. Some may offer comfort, while others may unknowingly use it to weaken your spirit. This does not mean you must hide your feelings in fear, but rather you must learn to hold them with mindful awareness. Pause before you react. Breathe deeply and observe the feeling as if you are watching clouds drifting across a clear sky. Notice its shape, its color, its intensity, but remain the sky itself, vast and untouched. When you practice this calm observation, your emotions no longer control you. Instead, you remain centered, unshaken by the storms around you. This is not suppression. It is wisdom in action, responding rather than reacting, choosing stillness over chaos. Your calmness becomes your greatest shield. When you remain silent and composed, others cannot sway your peace. You begin to walk through life like a quiet mountain, unmoved by passing winds, yet nurturing life in every breath. Remember, true strength is not in loud defiance, but in silent mastery of the self. Protect your emotional world, for in its quiet depths lies your unbreakable resilience. 5. Protecting your plans. Walking silently with purpose. Your dreams, your goals, and the quiet visions that light up your heart. These are sacred seeds planted deep within your soul. Buddhism reminds us that not every seed needs to be shown to the world before it blossoms. When you share your plans too soon, you open the door for others to cast shadows of doubt, envy, or discouragement upon them. Even those with good intentions may project their own fears and limitations onto your aspirations, clouding your clarity and weakening your determination. Think of your goals as delicate seedlings. If you expose them too early to harsh winds, they may bend or break before they ever get a chance to grow strong. But when you nurture them silently, away from the noise and opinions of the world, they develop deeper roots, roots that anchor you firmly in your path. This is not secrecy born from fear. It is wisdom in action. Work on your dreams quietly. Let your focus and dedication be your companions. And when the time is right, let your success speak with the strength of 1,000 words. Remember, your journey is deeply personal. Not everyone is meant to walk alongside you, nor do they need to understand your destination. Move forward in silence, with your heart clear and your mind unwavering. For in quiet determination lies a power that no external force can shake. 6. Walking through life with awake eyes. Life is like a flowing river, sometimes calm and gentle, other times turbulent and unpredictable. Buddhism teaches that to navigate these changing currents, we must remain vigilant, with eyes awake and heart aware. Staying vigilant does not mean you live in fear or see enemies where none exist. It means carrying an inner alertness, a mindful watchfulness that protects your peace. When you move through life unaware, you open yourself to manipulative intentions and harmful situations that can disturb your inner harmony. Think of it like walking through a dense forest. If you move with your eyes closed, unaware of roots and stones, you will stumble and injure yourself. But when you walk attentively, noticing each step, you move with grace and safety. Being vigilant is also about understanding people's intentions. Not everyone who smiles carries goodwill in their heart. By observing patiently, you learn to recognize those who seek to take advantage of your kindness. This is not suspicion, born of fear, but wisdom, rooted in self-respect. Mindful vigilance empowers you to set clear boundaries. It teaches you what you will allow into your life and what you will keep away to protect your well-being. When you stay vigilant, you nurture your inner strength, making thoughtful decisions that honor your values and protect your peace. This does not mean shutting your heart to the world. Rather, it means standing firmly in yourself, responding with clarity instead of reacting with impulsiveness. You become like a still lake, reflecting everything yet unmoved by passing winds. Remember, vigilance is not about building walls. It is about walking with awake eyes, honoring your life as sacred, and moving forward with quiet confidence and unshakable grace. 7. The quiet power of silence, your invisible shield. Silence is often mistaken for emptiness, as if it is simply the absence of words. But in Buddhism, silence is seen as a profound force, a hidden strength that protects your peace and radiates quiet confidence. When you choose silence, you create a space between yourself and the noise of the world. It is in this sacred space that wisdom arises. By not reacting immediately to provocations or demands, you keep your mind clear, observing, rather than being pulled into unnecessary battles. Silence allows you to listen deeply, not just to others, but to the whispers of your own heart. In this listening, you discover truths that words often hide. You learn to understand yourself beyond the chatter of the mind, and this understanding guides your decisions with clarity and grace. In conversations or conflicts, silence can be your greatest protector. When you withhold your words, you keep your intentions hidden. You guard your plans, your thoughts, and your feelings from those who might twist them to their own ends. Silence becomes a boundary that says, I will not engage with negativity. I will not let you disturb my peace. Think of a deep mountain lake. It does not rush to overflow or reveal its depths. It holds its stillness, reflecting the world while remaining untouched by passing storms. This is the power of silence. It disarms those who seek to provoke you, showing them that your calm cannot be broken by their chaos. Using silence wisely means knowing when to speak and when to remain quiet. It is choosing to walk away from arguments that do not serve your spirit. It is understanding that some truths are too sacred to be spoken to unlistening ears. Remember, silence is not weakness or retreat. It is strategic restraint. It is the quiet dignity of a person who knows their worth and does not waste words proving it. When you embrace silence, you cultivate an aura of calm strength that others cannot easily penetrate. You protect your mind, preserve your energy, and move through life with the quiet assurance that your peace is yours to keep. 8. The quiet grace of humility, guarding your successes. In a world where achievements are broadcast like bright lanterns in the sky, it is easy to feel compelled to share every success with the world. Yet Buddhism teaches us that true power often lies in quiet humility. When you openly display your victories, you may draw the attention of those who do not carry goodwill in their hearts. Some may respond with silent envy, while others may offer praise laced with hidden resentment. Sharing your triumphs too widely can invite energies that cloud your joy and distract your spirit from its path. Humility is not about denying your hard work or pretending you have achieved nothing. It is about holding your successes close, like precious jewels kept safe within your robe. When you celebrate quietly, you preserve the purity of your accomplishments, free from the stains of external judgment or expectation. Buddhism reminds us that true fulfillment is born within. It does not depend on applause or recognition. When you keep your achievements private, your happiness remains rooted in your effort, unshaken by praise or criticism. You walk your path with steady steps, knowing that each success is but a stepping stone on your endless journey of growth. Oversharing can also lead to complacency. The sweet taste of public approval may tempt you to rest where you are, forgetting that life is ever flowing forward. But when you remain humble, you remind yourself that every triumph is simply another chance to deepen your wisdom and expand your compassion. Keeping your victories to yourself protects you from being misunderstood or undermined. Not everyone will honor your journey, and some may even seek to diminish your light. By holding your successes silently, you maintain control of your story, guarding it from distortion or manipulation. Humility frees you from the exhausting burden of living up to others' expectations. When your achievements are known only to you, you continue working with a clear mind, unburdened by the need to perform for an audience. In Buddhism, humility is a shield against the traps of ego and pride. It keeps your heart grounded, reminding you that no matter how far you travel, there is always more to learn. It allows you to appreciate your journey without becoming attached to your current peak. So next time you accomplish something beautiful, pause and hold it gently within. Let it fill you with quiet pride and gratitude. For it is in silent celebration that your successes remain sacred, nourishing your spirit without inviting distraction. Remember, the greatest achievements are those that bring peace within, untouched by the fleeting judgments of the outside world. Guard your successes as you guard your inner peace, letting them fuel your journey with humility, serenity, and the quiet strength that no one can take away. 9. The silent armor of reputation. Guard it with mindfulness. Your reputation is like a delicate lotus blooming in the vast pond of life. It shapes how others see you, speak of you, and choose to walk alongside you. In Buddhism, maintaining a good reputation is not about vanity, but about honoring your integrity and walking the world with mindful dignity. There is an old saying, loose lips sink ships. Words spoken carelessly, secrets shared too freely, and opinions voiced without thought can tear holes in the vessel of your reputation, letting in waters of doubt, gossip, and judgment until you begin to sink under their weight. To protect your reputation, speak with intention. Buddhism teaches us the practice of right speech, to speak truthfully, with kindness, and only when necessary. Every word you utter is like a stone dropped into still waters. It ripples outwards, carrying your essence far beyond where you stand. Gossip, bragging, or impulsive comments may feel harmless in the moment, but they can be twisted or misunderstood, creating shadows around your character. Not everyone who listens has your well-being at heart. Some will carry your words to others, bending them to suit their motives, staining the clarity of your name. Be mindful of what you reveal and to whom you reveal it. Your thoughts, plans, and vulnerabilities are sacred treasures. Sharing them indiscriminately is like leaving jewels on an open road. You cannot blame others for picking them up and using them as they wish. Equally, your actions craft your reputation, with each passing day. Living with integrity, keeping your promises, and treating others with respect lays down a foundation strong enough to withstand the tempests of slander and misunderstanding. Yet remember, a single careless act can undo years of quiet virtue, so remain attentive to how your behavior reflects upon your true self. Reputation, when rooted in genuine kindness and honesty, becomes a shield during life's storms. People will remember your fairness and reliability, granting you the benefit of the doubt when clouds gather. This trust is like social credit, protecting you from harsh judgments. But this credit is fragile, maintained only by continued mindfulness in word and deed. Buddhism also urges self-awareness as a daily discipline. Reflect on your words and actions. Ask yourself, did I honor my values today? Did my speech uplift or harm? Did I act from wisdom or from haste? This inner questioning polishes the mirror of your reputation, keeping it clear and true. When criticism arises, as it surely will, remember that not every harsh word deserves your response. Silence can often protect your dignity better than impulsive defense. Reacting without thought adds fuel to small fires, turning sparks into wild flames. Instead, pause, breathe deeply, and respond only if it serves your highest character. Your reputation is not built in a single day, nor can it be destroyed by a single whisper if your life radiates consistency. Speak mindfully, act wisely, and let each day's conduct become a testament to your truth. Guard your reputation as you guard your peace. For while loose lips may sink ships, mindful words and noble actions will build vessels strong enough to sail through any storm, carrying your name with honor across the vast ocean of life. 10. Boundaries, the invisible walls that guard your peace. Boundaries are like silent guardians of your inner world. In Buddhism, setting boundaries is not seen as an act of selfishness, but as an expression of deep self-respect and care for your spiritual path. Think of your life as a peaceful garden. Without fences, wild animals may enter, trampling delicate flowers and eating away at your harvest. Boundaries work in the same way. They protect your mind and heart from being overwhelmed by the demands, expectations, and intrusions of others. When you lack boundaries, you may feel drained, unappreciated, or lost in the noise of those who believe they have a right to your time and energy. Setting clear limits shows that your peace is sacred ground, not to be trespassed without permission. Boundaries are not about shutting the world out or cutting people off. They are about creating a healthy, balanced space where your spirit can breathe freely and grow strong. When you set them, you teach others how to treat you, letting them know that your feelings, time, and energy matter. In a world that constantly demands more than you can comfortably give, boundaries become an act of gentle defiance. They declare, I honor myself enough to say no when needed, and yes only when true to my heart. Sometimes, setting boundaries requires courage. People used to have unlimited access, so you may resist or feel disappointed. But remember, their reaction is theirs to carry, not yours to fix. Buddhism reminds us to let go of pleasing everyone and instead focus on protecting the stillness within. Your boundaries belong to you alone. They do not require explanation or approval. When you understand your limits, you shield yourself from emotional exhaustion and the pain of being stretched too thin. You can then connect with others from a place of strength rather than obligation, making your relationships more genuine and nourishing. Boundaries also deepen your self-awareness. They ask you to reflect on what truly matters to you, what drains your spirit, and what nurtures your peace. This reflection aligns with the Buddhist path of mindfulness, helping you remain centered and authentic in every choice you make. They are not fixed or rigid. As you grow, so do your boundaries, shifting with your needs, wisdom, and evolving values. They protect you from relationships that bring harm and shield you from energies that disturb your calm. In Buddhism, a calm mind is a precious gift. Boundaries help create an environment where this tranquility can thrive. They are not merely about saying no. They are about saying yes to what feeds your soul, your dreams, passions, and the relationships that honor your journey. By setting and maintaining boundaries, you give yourself the freedom to live honestly and purposefully, free from the weight of others' expectations. This quiet act strengthens your self-worth and protects your mental and emotional health. Remember, boundaries are an ongoing practice of self-love. They declare to the world that your peace matters and that you are worthy of a life that honors your limits. Set them with kindness. Uphold them with firmness. Let them guide you towards a life of balance, quiet strength, and deep inner calm. For in the end, not exposing yourself is not about hiding who you are. It is about honoring your sacred space. Buddhism teaches us to cherish our peace, our energy, and our silent journey within. Always remember this truth. You have the power to choose what you share and with whom. Guard your spirit well, for it is the temple from which your life unfolds. Bonus lesson: the hidden power of silence. In a world overflowing with noise, opinions, and endless chatter, have you ever asked yourself, what wisdom might I hear if I chose silence instead? Buddhism teaches that silence is not just the absence of words. It is the presence of deeper listening. When you embrace silence, you create space within to hear the quiet voice of your intuition, the whispers of your spirit that often go unnoticed amidst the world's clamor. Silence is like a still pond, reflecting the moon's pure light. Without ripples, you see the truth clearly. When you choose silence, you step away from the need to respond, defend, or prove yourself. You give your heart time to breathe and your mind time to understand. Ask yourself, when was the last time I sat in silence, not out of sadness, but out of respect for my own soul? Silence also protects your energy. Not every question deserves your answer. Not every provocation deserves your reaction. When you remain silent, you guard your peace from the chaos of other people's fears and judgments. You become a mountain unmoved by passing storms. But silence is not always about withholding words. Sometimes it is about listening with full presence to someone else's pain, hopes, or joys. In that sacred listening, you offer them a rare gift, the feeling of being deeply seen without interruption or judgment. Remember, your silence is your hidden power. It allows you to hear the truths that words often cover, to understand life without forcing meaning, and to stand firm in your wisdom without needing validation. Today, give yourself the gift of silence, even if only for a few moments. Sit quietly, breathe deeply, and listen to the voice within. You may discover that all the answers you seek have been waiting there, in the calm depths of your own heart. Conclusion: as you journey through life, remember this truth. Your inner world is a sacred temple, not an open market. Guard your weaknesses with quiet dignity. Choose your trust with mindful care. Protect your privacy like a priceless treasure, and let silence become your silent strength. When you honor these teachings, you create a life rooted in peace, clarity, and quiet power. You no longer live as a leaf blown about by others' opinions. You stand as a tree, deeply rooted, swaying with grace, yet unbroken by any storm. Which of these lessons spoke to your heart today? Share your reflection in the comments below. Your words might become the guiding light for someone else's journey. If these teachings brought calm, strength, and clarity to your day, I invite you to subscribe to this channel